Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. All that stuff. It is currently 4 in the morning here, and it hit me when I was about to go to bed. You haven't uploaded in a while, but I was looking at my library and realized I only buy VR games because I am absolutely obsessed with VR, and the only real games I have are stuff I've already played, except for this. So, I decided, because I know this game gets bonkers, to play it. So yeah, I'm a narrate, so here we go. Hey. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air. She's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it's kind of just works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would overstep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and ideal in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Haha, I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, me. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their day commute. By the way, Jameson, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. Oh wait, that's me. I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In many of our conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about, Sarah likes to worry about me a little too much when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Wonder who that could be. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. It's a NEET. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay. Yay. Why do I get myself lectured by such a character, girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're worse than even me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought I'd let you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah. There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie? Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start with a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be in class. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really— oh my god. I can't tell if Sayori is really much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. I'm actually on a diet, so sorry guys. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for the third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you not to call me a new member. I glance around the room. I gotta figure out a voice for her.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Sayori's always saying nice things about you.
Oh yeah, she's gonna have an annoying voice.
Seriously? You bought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Jameson. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry? What was her voice?
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently not Suki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably in first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes this morning, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? What? I don't know her. I forgot her voice. I'm just gonna go with, that is right. It is great to see you again, Jameson. What? Okay. So for a little bit of context, I am gonna say that I did try to play this game like a while back, but I just couldn't get into it, right? And I only got to like meeting everybody. Dude, what? Oh wait, never mind. We do know each other. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels like a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Jameson. We made room for you at the table so you can sit down next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes.
Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, I'm a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table. Okay, you ready?
Ta-da!
Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute.
I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, now you know.
Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, and Monica I will follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full. and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did, Sayori said.
Well, maybe, but not for you. You know, you dummy.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book.
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not. Insulted Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me.
So what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Even if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
What was hers? It's like,
Monica's a really great leader.
Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard and convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
What was hers? God, I keep forgetting hers.
Yeah!
We'll do our best.
Oh wait, no, that was Sayori!
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all delighted by the new idea of a new member joining. Though I don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So Jameson, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head quiet, then perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change.
Bro, that was me. I'm so dumb. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination, completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri, for someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way you look at the world, and if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over for me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the last club meeting. Looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give It Back. Fine.
Your cupcakes are your bones. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Yeah, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet?
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
I
wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically, at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then the next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Jameson?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But
I'm sorry, I thought.
Jameson, you are I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, these girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Okay. Hey.
You really did scare me for a moment.
Even if you did just come for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then that makes it official. I'll come to the literature club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Jameson, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey Jameson, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
Oh wait, they look the same. Hey Jameson, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayori and I never walked home together because she had to stay after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay.
With the two of us in the D Park club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. Time to write a poem. Okay. So who are we trying to get? Trying to get her. Smile. Yeah. Okay. Warm. Kiss. Oh. Frightening. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna try to get everybody. Empty. Really? Defeat. Sadness. Hopeless. Anger. What? Entropy. Doki? Hurt. No, why? Cry. Grief. Yo. Vivacious. Puppy. Despise. Tragedy. Yo! She is depressed. Disown. Oh, okay. Inferno. Yo. She is sad or she's depressed. Like, dang.
Hi again, Jameson. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everybody else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jameson. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. He already told me he didn't even want to join the club this year. And last year, too. I don't know if your plan is to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Jameson always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking, like cooking or cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is messy. It's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once.
That's so
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Jameson can become good friends too? Sayori? What? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri, I brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so a nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book you might enjoy. It's a short read, should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. We could, discuss it if you want it. This is
How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She picks out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I will definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
In the case, Sarah and Monica are having a cherry conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slump down into the nearest desk. How can I occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I'd probably fall asleep right now. Close my eyes and end up listening to Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to the other clubs though.
Well, we can't give up. Festivals are a chance to show everyone what literature is all about. Problem is that the idea of the literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, Just find a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds.
That doesn't solve the problem though.
What do you mean?
Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they come, we can do the same. We can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. So Sayori is speaking really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this.
That's a good point. In that case, what food do you think will do the trick?
What kind?
I guess we could...
Cupcakes.
Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that.
You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly.
That wasn't why you suggested it?
Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy.
That. Cupcakes it is then.
I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I found myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is her usual self. But there remain lies and unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Dang, close! Ugh. Open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, You need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. Why'd I laugh like Joe Rogan? That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? No, not every day. It's not very convincing. How many days in this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair. It's sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips through the side of Sayori's hair trying to straighten it out. I really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right.
I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either, and there's a lot of toothpaste, and there's a toothpaste stain on your collar there. Try to wipe off the stain with my finger.
But nobody would notice that.
Of course they would. But nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that.
Hey, you meanie.
And you don't even keep your blazer button up. Seriously, Sarah. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet?
Oh, come on, man. That's kind of messed up. That's messed up, man.
That's not cool.
That's super mean.
Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I'm starting to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better this looks, you'll change your mind.
Dang.
Forehead on swole mode. This is so funny.
What is?
Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Huh?
Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid.
It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you?
I guess?
Hey, be careful. The button might come off.
Why is this one so hard to close?
I struggle to fully close the button near her chest.
Does this thing even fit you properly?
It did when I bought it.
If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed it sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about?
It means my boobs got bigger again.
Don't say that out loud.
Anyway, you look much better now, so.
Why does it feel strange seeing Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? It's so stuffy.
Ooh, it's not worth it at all.
Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more.
Phew, that's so much better.
Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing?
Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you'd take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things.
Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing.
Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up and feel a little earlier.
Only if you focus on going to bed earlier.
Fine. Funny enough, 5:07. Woo woo. The sun is about to come up. It's a big deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing this again, Sayori?
Oh, but I was joking that time.
Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes.
Okay, everyone.
Monica suddenly calls out.
Why don't we share the poems we wrote now?
Yay. Jameson, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem.
By the way, did you remember to write the poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something that'd be so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much of an inspiration. I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you go find someone to share with?
Can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complying as well as they reach into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, so we could either go with Sayori or Yuri. Yuri's kind of cool. Yuri's chill. Monica's weird. She like comes out of nowhere. Natsuki's weird. She's like annoying. I'm gonna go Sayori. Stick with the OG. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Oh my goodness.
This is so good, Jameson.
Huh?
I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer.
Sayori? You must be seriously overacting.
I'm not a good writer at all.
I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either.
Jeez. I'm not sure if Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't just like it because I wrote it?
Well, I'm sure that's part of it.
I think I understand you a lot better than a lot of people.
So, when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Jameson poem. That makes it feel extra special.
Like I can feel your feelings in it.
Yes, because I put a lot of feelings into it and didn't just say depressing words after finding out that Sayori likes that stuff.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
I'm just really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention that the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Jameson. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori.
I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. And again, I can't deny she's a part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, well I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that.
The way you go through my blinds in the morning.
It's the sun.
Makes me feel like you miss me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes, asking me to come out and play. Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
What?
So, like, don't see anything wrong with this. It's about, you know, like, whatever. It's about the sun. It's a secret, but I trust you too. Even if it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. If it wasn't for you. So, this is definitely about, like, us. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No, just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit. It's a yes or no question.
I just forgot to do it last night. Well, that
Makes me feel a little better about myself.
don't be mean. Still tried my best.
Yeah. It's fair. It's fair. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially the last line.
I made eggs and toast.
I thought, even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it.
Oh, let's go to Yuri. Hey, how you doing? Yuri stares at the poem. Minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading.
Sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
It's fine, don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my...
Oh wait, her voice was like, I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on, okay? This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah, why do you ask?
Just making sure.
I guess that you might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri burst her face in her hands. I couldn't help that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere.
Might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. I have been through that myself and kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. Oh, I think, in other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing. Not just finding them and building them, but putting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you vulnerable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. Shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh god, I suck at reading cursive. Okay. The tendons of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, and the last yet to be replaced by sickening the blue-green hue of the future. Battle claims breathing air, the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Okay. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But the way you took a long time to... Wow. Okay. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem, even though it was short. It was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Jameson. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But I remember that poems often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's nothing really. It makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. So I have to share. Let's do Monica. She's weird, but she's not annoying, I guess. Yeah, good. Glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions about the club,
like new activities or things we can do. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your problem with me? It's kind of embarrassing,
But I guess I have to.
ha. Don't worry, Jameson. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we need to learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayori would like.
That's so. Hang on. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, though? Because, like, I know that I was talking about a minute ago. I was catering to Sayori because she liked all this depressing stuff. How do you know? Okay. You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had sorts of things in common. Well. We may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different.
Well, that may be the case.
But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. That's kind of the vibe I get off when reading your poem. Sure you're not reading into it too much?
I could be. Oh my gosh, I sound like Yuri.
But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring emotions like happiness and sadness.
Who knew that someone so happy could enjoy sad things too?
Yeah, it's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. You shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of art style that suits you.
Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everybody wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not good.
That's because I have to sound so confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Let's read it then. Okay. Oh no. Okay, hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into anything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. He on the other side, huh? Hold on. I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. What do you mean by that? I don't like your vibe.
So what do you think?
It's very freeform. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What's the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
Epiphany?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's coming on kind of strongly.
Maybe everyone is better friends with each other. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big puddle of ink. So move your hand, go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Alright, so we're just gonna speed run Natsuki.
Well, that's about what I expect from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. Well, it's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't invoke any emotions. So basically,
It's not cute enough for your taste.
do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. That's about it. That's why I didn't want to read yours. It sucks.
I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest, right?
Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't? Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't that the point of poems? For people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. See, everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps me bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya?
Yeah, guess not. Decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki is feeling proud, and I won't take that away from her. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated, as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing capabilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. Sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Natsuki and Yuri. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in the tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Ah, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism of something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. It was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. Jameson did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. Oh, that's what I did. I think I right-clicked. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless of course I come off something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Jameson liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe he's just jealous that Jameson appreciates my advice more than yours. Huh? And how do you know he doesn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No, I was full of myself. I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do over cutesy. Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who
boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Jameson started showing up. Wait. Natsuki, that's a little... doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting, guy.
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they noticed I was... Hold up. Okay. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Jameson, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making all your poems convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Okay. That's fair, I guess. Help me explain that to her, Jameson. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings most effectively. According to them, according them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Jameson? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So... It's cool, Yuri. Yuri's cool. You're right that I liked your poem, see? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri. Eh? You're seriously a talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it. It becomes really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I did not notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think that you should too?
Yuri clenches her fist. In the end, nobody taking her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk to clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm gonna do that. Spare me from having a look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On the way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried into her hands. I approach her and sit into the adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You really hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handle it as well as anyone could. I don't think less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Jameson. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful, so... Huh? What thing did Natsuki say? Never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It's alright, well, mostly. Emerson, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn about more poems than I would like.
I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Jameson, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. Surely has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, what about what happened earlier? What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Jameson, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you alongside everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I said more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. What? Oh, I gotta write a poem. Okay. Rose. Anxiety. Let's go with the depressing stuff again. Whirlwind. Romance. Hopeless. Forgive. Comfort. Fantasy. Fickle. Pick big words. Marshmallow. Explode. Uncontrollable. Horror. Marriage. Yeah. Swimsuit. Pleasure. Huh? Misfortune. Vibrant. Misery. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Jameson. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Still not used to being in the club, that's all. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why is that all of a sudden? No reason, really. Just wanted you to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. She lets all the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry or want an excuse to walk, or plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so I would have to lend you some. There's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Dang, I'm a douche. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a douche. Yuri suddenly giggles. Yeah? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It's just something in my book. Yuri, tell Jameson to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. Frankly, after pulling a mischievous stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Dang, dude. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like it when you speak your mind. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad. Now I have to accept the retribution. That still coming from you, Sayori.
I guess there's a little devil inside of us all, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys that she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come here if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Ow! What? That like came out of nowhere. What was that? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Is it because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I'm just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Haha. Natsuki. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. She's just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes one big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands all over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You were really going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Beggars can't be choosers, but yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still really happy that you shared this one with me. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Did you seriously just do that? Uh-huh. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. It's a bit unusual. She's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Huh? You don't think that she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah, well, my last period today was study hall, to be honest. Kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. Kinda just started recently. I was wanting to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay, that sounds so cool. I'd look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Jameson. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, didn't mean to put pressure on anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Nope, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It seems that everyone has settled down. Sayori somehow has finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. but that only makes her hide her face deeper into the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so it's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reason. Just curious how you have 2 copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and she scans her eyes. The book is titled Portrait of Makarov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give the thing away. And basically, it's about this girl in high school. Her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by the people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Jameson? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories. Don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems so completely different. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a new perspective. When horrible things happen, it's not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you're related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one, letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books or writing, I tend to forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading, and the least I can do is listen. After all, it's a literature club. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started on reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. Alright, is it fine if I sit here? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. As soon as I understand what Yuri means about reading in company, it's as if I feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. It's maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking down at her own book. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really do apologize a lot, do you? Don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here. This should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against yours, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels my left arm is in the way, so instead of using my right hand to keep the book open, I guess that kind of makes it difficult to turn the page. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the side of the book. That way, oh, Yuri turns. Yo, I'm tripping. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. After all, I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes a little bit longer. It's probably the least I could do since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange, my thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it with her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but is the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. How so? How does she? Well, she's a little bit more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses the things she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but Jameson, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I don't really know you're self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant it's kind of cute. Ah, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Monica comes in at the weirdest times. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah, Yuri explains. Shared from finishing her second thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight, or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after the book picks up a little bit, you know? It's a good reasoning. In that case, I feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left the book, and then slip it back into my bag. Okay. I'm going to stop this here. I'm going to do a episode 2 if people like this. If not, still might do it anyway, but I'm going to do it on a Discord call where all my friends make the decisions. Just have some fun with it. Thank you for watching though. Have a great day and peace out.